Poe and Ponder, and I'm back with another video. Yo, please come in, thumbs up this video, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell notification, hit all notifications so you have my videos in your possession each and every time I do lives or I do uploads. So I hope y'all all doing well. It's Monday night, so listen, we here to discuss the Billboard changes and how it's going to impact Cardi B, Megan Thee Stallion. I mean, it's going to impact a list of people, but I want to talk about them. And one of the things I want to outline when it comes to this whole changes and everything like that. Y'all remember when Offset dropped his album, right? With the mother of the kids or the kids of the, whatever the album was called, father of the sons or whatever it was called. You drop that in the comments. Let me know what Offset album name was titled, right? But y'all remember when he sold 25,000 pure the first week, and I said that was off, and the next week it plummeted to like below 1,500. It plummeted something nasty, right? I said him and Cardi B used them debit cards and they charged different albums on their debit cards, and that's how they bought it up, right? And I stand by that. That's my own opinion. I ain't saying that's fact, but I believe it because the album tanked for sure, right? Well, anyway, I want to talk about Megan Thee Stallion and Cardi B. Now, Cardi, you should have been dropped this album, baby. And poor Megan Thee Stallion, I want y'all to do this for me right now. If you have an iPhone, I want you to go on iTunes and type in Megan Thee Stallion. I want you to get to her Megan album, and I want you to get to her Act 2 album, and I want you to see the price that they're selling those albums at. And this girl, you know, she has big management and stuff like that. Her albums that when she was signed to 1,500, and you know, and that other label, they're $10. You're selling all of your art for a lousy $4.99. Like, that's crazy. So I want to get into some of these changes. And Cardi, you played yourself. Yo, let me just say this, right? Cardi, you played yourself because you wasted so much time living in the shadow of Nicki, trying to see when she gonna bust a move and trying to see when you gonna roll out this, that, right? You had a perfect opportunity to drop your album and use WAP when you dropped. That was a perfect little storm for you, and you've never been able to match that after all of the features that you did with the different creatures. They never added up after that. Right? And it's like you've just been living in the shadows. And one thing that you also try to do, you use pregnancies for relevancy, and you also use pregnancies to get out of dropping albums. You also try to use the pandemic as a placeholder just to prevent you from rolling out further. I know that record label's sick of you. Well, guess what? February 28th, they done rolled out some new rules and new tools. And Megan, I'm telling you, I don't know if Megan Thee Stallion record label, Rock Nation, what is it called? Hot Girl Promotions, whatever her record label is called. Albums have to be $7.99 moving forward for them to count. No more slick $5 albums. Megan tried to sell her album for $5. They still ain't buy it. And then when it come out with Chicas y Faditas, she trying to sell $70. She trying to sell a $70 holla bottle. They ain't buying for $5. Like, talking about hotties is in Total Wine. Please. Anyway, let's get into some of these rules. And meanwhile, Nicki is going to be Nicki good. You already know. Let's get into the changes. So Billboard and Luminate rule changes for album charts have begun to roll out. They're doomed. They're doomed. All right. Initial changes were quietly introduced to the releases beginning on February 28th. More changes are expected in April. Let's see what they're talking about. All right. So Billboard to change the rule to change effective February 28th. Digital albums sold at the artist's website, label, or official web store must now be redeemed in order to be chart eligible. Now, y'all know, like, we've been doing that. Y'all remember when every time when Nicki would drop something and we drop it, even whether if it's a single or album, they would say download, download, download to zero. That is something that we always did. So that, to me, that means that you didn't. So, yo, this is why I tell you that a lot of times when people say something, at least we were ahead of the game with that, because I always, anytime I purchased something, I downloaded it down to zero, right? That's probably why it took up so much space on my phone, but we always downloaded. So people was getting through the loophole, offsetting them. I don't care what you say. I don't care what you say. They cheated. Ain't no way you did 25,000 pure. You had 25,000 people in week one ready to go get your album, and the next week it plummeted something terrible. Plummeted. Dang, that's crazy. So, all right. So now it has to be redeemed for it to count towards the charts. In addition, verification using HCAPTCHA is now required to prevent bots. Oh, baby, it ain't bots. It's real people going out there buying them albums. Yeah, they getting their little families with the debit cards, and they going extra hard trying to make people look more than. Now it's going to be crazy. Yeah. Yeah, Cardi, you really gonna have to push that visual album at this point. You're gonna need all the streams that you can get without trying to get, because listen, we already know your fans don't purchase music. They couldn't even get you up to the charts with a lousy $1.29 purchase of the soundtrack song you was on and the Partisan Fontaine song you was on. Come on, you promoted it and all of that, so don't try to act like you did. Now let's move on to the next thing. Billboard rule change effective immediately, right? Any D2C store with 3 submissions of an illegitimate data within, all right, so listen, this is like basically the artist or the record label's store. Any store with 3 submissions of illegitimate data within a 12-month period will receive a minimum of 90-day reporting submission. So if you get reported that these sales ain't added, like the tally ain't really up the alley, then they ain't gonna count your sales. Well, you know they ain't really buying over there anyway. You know, they want to make it seem the first day they go up and they buy they buy it. These people will go broke, knowing damn well they eating ramen noodles. Will go broke. All right. So if you get reported for more than 3 in a 12-month period, you're gonna go on a 90-day report and 90-day report and submission. So that's huge, because that can be the full label. So the label won't report for 90 days. So listen, you don't want to mess up Atlantic for Cardi. She ain't worth it. You seen what the girl been doing for the past 3 years? The past years. Come on. All right, so let's get into the next Billboard change. All right, so it says Billboard rule change effective April 4th. Minimum price for D2C exclusive digital albums must be $7.99. So maybe that's from the artist site, but we're gonna go on because they had some more details. So it must be $7.99. And you got Megan out here selling hers for a lousy $4.99. Like, Megan, you don't respect your artistry more than that. You gotta shoot music videos, you gotta go on promo tour, set up stages for tours and all of that. Ain't you trying to recoup some of your money? And you put it at $4.99, Megan, and you still can't get them to purchase it. That's shoddy. All right. Billboard change effective April 4th. Minimum price for albums increasing on all retailers. So listen, this was there. So they said that even on the artist's website, you got to be $7.99. Minimum price for albums, including CDs, cassettes, and vinyls, have to be $7.99 for CDs, $7.99 for the cassette, and $15.99 for the vinyl. All right. Must be. These people trying to get over with $4 hollers. Come on, man. Billboard rule change effective April 4th. Only 4 exclusive versions of an album will be allowed for a life of an album. Includes deluxe versions, right? Now, I wonder what Megan's trying to do, because she's calling it Act 1, Act 2, Act 3, and they all got the same songs, and she thinks she's slick. She's trying to keep releasing all of these songs that they keep counting with the streams, and that still ain't tallying up to the number that they really want to see. It's still not tallying up. Like, yo, that's crazy. I know Cardi behind the scenes, she cringing. She all out here in New York City wearing shirts that say Free Star. Why all of a sudden you yelling Free Star now? You've been mad months up in the club shaking your ass and you ain't put no shirt on that said Free Star. She gotta let the black girl know that she was in the club though, repping her. Please. Alright, so let's move on. Billboard rule change effective April 4th. Digital D2C exclusive versions cannot be put up for sale during the middle of the first week. So you know how people do that. They do it to push the sales or whatever. They're saying you can't do that no more. All right. I know that Taylor Swift, she had mad versions of her album, but they're taking it out. They want to see what people are really doing on the ground level, on the grassroots level, like who's really showing up to support these artists. And Cardi, she was all out there talking about to her fans, I got so many different covers, this and that. Cardi was probably trying to plan to do 30 different covers to try to get her fans to buy. Bye. No, baby. Listen, this is your problem. See, you missed out on all of the loopholes because you were so focused on Onika and watching what she was doing, getting up here lying, talking about what's my number for tour, what they say they're gonna pay me to go on tour. Yeah, now what? Now all of the little tricks to the trade ain't gonna save you. They ain't gonna save you. Is there any more rules updates? Let's get into it. All right. Let's see. So that's for the life of the album. They can come out with 4 versions or whatever, right? Billboard rule change effective April 4th. Digital D2C exclusive versions cannot be put up for sale during the middle of the first week. Either be available for pre-order or held for the later release, like going into the next week numbers. And that's fine for artists who, that'll still sustain your sales. Billboard rule change effective immediately. Physical D2C shipments must fall outside of the established sales trends. Will require require the reporting store to provide enhanced tracking status along with the other info of the geolocation data, and if a VPN was used to make the purchase. Wow, they getting slick with it. They want to know if they use VPNs, because you know you got people out here just cheating, faking their locations, trying to make it seem like they hotter than Satan. But Cardi, just have a little bit more patience. You should have been dropped that album and seen with the outcome. Now you let all these other girls come out and get you outdone. Doechii out here getting all of this press. People hearing her talent and they a little impressed. Now, I want to say this. This is what happens when you chase people and you follow and you try to see what she gonna do. What, you know, based on what she gonna do is what I'm gonna do. Cardi spent so much time doing that. Now you're gonna be faced with these new rules. All these covers that you done shot to your albums. Now you gotta scramble down the phone. And you know she had multiple. She probably even did something in Spanish. You know what Cardi be playing these games like that. But listen, I want to know what y'all think about that. And the next thing I want to talk about briefly, so Nicki good with that. Y'all already know. I don't even need to expound on that. I don't even need to tell you how much that the fan base are buyers. I don't need to point out all of the specific points to prove that they liars. Yeah, you know Nicki base is going to do what they got to do. So the next thing I want to grace over, right? I want to talk about Doechii's project. Doechii's project, Alligator Bites Never Heal, right? Now, I did a video earlier and I spoke about how and I felt like I kept speaking about her project. I kept saying like Doechii, she sounds like Nicki, she sounds like Azealia. I want to hear I want to see what she really sounds like. Well, what I did was I said, let me go and but let me review her album and listen to it. And I started playing it last night. I fell asleep on it because I was really tired at the time. But then I woke up this morning and I played the whole thing like before I started work. What I will say to it is that Doechii does have a skill outside of the songs that sounds like the Nicki and Azealia thing. She does. If you really give it an honest listen, she does. And I do think the girl is really, really talented. I think that, let me just tell you this, right? I'm on my actually third time, like listening to it, trying to get through it. And I got all the way down to the song Wait, right? And what's so ironic is she has a song called Skip. So listen, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'm at number 9 right now. And there was only one song that I wanted to skip, and it's called Skip. Well, I think Doechii, she got some really good bars. I think that, she is the culmination of the artists who she's come up to and heard. Like, she got some dope bars. I feel like when Cardi says bars, Megan bars is better than Cardi, but when Cardi say bars, it's so forced, so black girl wannabe. And yeah, I don't care what you think about how I feel how you feel, heal how you heal. But Doechii, she really has, I think that she does have the potency when it comes to the lyricism and all of that. I think that she does. And it takes some getting used to. I think that the project is definitely worth it. I will say this, and I know that people gonna come at me in the comments, but I don't care how you feel. This is Potent Pondering with LaRon. This is how I feel. I'm gonna tell you this. I do kind of see why they felt as though this mixtape deserved to be awarded. It's really good quality and it's different. You understand what I'm saying? You might disagree. You might drag me in the comments. I don't care. I don't really care how you feel. This is my channel. But yeah, I do believe like songs like Nissan Altima, her Nicki-isms definitely shine through. But if you go through the whole project, she does have different songs and different flavors that are, more so her own. Yeah, I felt like it was a decent project, so I'm going through it again. Get in the comments, let me know what you thought about Doechii. I'm so happy that Doechii is getting attention. If Cardi B got attention, Doechii can get it. They pushed this mush mouth South Bronx peasant on us. They pushed her to the highest heights, draped her in the fashions, had people taking that as real, had us laughing. They made it seem like she was something new to the scene. New to the team. No. So when we got somebody out here, I don't care how you feel. People be like, we don't gotta like her just because she's black or whatever. Do what you want to do, but you can't control my scope. You can't control it. I'm happy she doing her thing, right? She ain't taking nothing away from the people who I like. Let her do her thing. We watched the fake win. Then isn't this all what you wanted? Didn't you say you wanted a black girl? Why the dark-skinned girls ain't winning? Why they ain't getting none? Now you got one. Now you got one. You let the Dominicans win, and nothing against them. I'm saying you let the and listen. I know talented Hispanic rappers. You know, from battle rap, all of that. Cardi is not that. She don't deserve that spot. So I'm not gonna hate on a sister getting it. Just simply not. I'm not going to. And you know what? Ooh, I was having this very potent conversation with this person behind the scenes, right? They were talking about the push for Doechii, right? Well, I had an interesting conversation with another person who I won't identify any of them, but people were saying like the push is associated with a lot of anxiety and, you know, separation and a lot of stress and all of that, right? That's the take that one person gave me. Now, even though I felt like the soliloquy from Billboard was so long and how they had to just go to different lengths to just defend Doechii, saying that it was anti-colorism, this, blah, 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 right? You read the article. If you read it, if you didn't, then you heard about it, right? So one thing that they did say in the article that I do agree with is that they spoke about marketing for record labels. They said that people are questioning why they see her everywhere and this and that, and they said that, you know, simply that record labels invest in their artists. They push them in different spaces. They give them different looks. Now, one thing that a lot of people, you drink the Kool-Aid with artists that you love, but they also got to push too if they on a major. When you see them appear on shows, when you see them appear in any type of spots, that's promotion. That's a push. When you hear them on the radio, even at the minimal amounts, it's still some sort of push because everybody don't get radio play. So if Doechii was my artist and I seen her, you know, say if she was my artist and I'm on a record label and I see her linked up with Will Smith or whatever, say she worked it out or her management or her PR worked it out, I'm proud because that's going to bring more eyes on her project. That's going to translate to more sales, more streams, more people. You know what I'm saying? You just got to think of it as a business. And I just feel like the talented ones deserve push. That the ones who write their rhymes and the ones who are potent, they deserve the push. Not the mushmouth from the South Bronx trying to be the black girl and trying to come in the game and be vicious and you know what I'm saying, and trying to push Nicki out and making it seem like she really that. Listen, I love competition. I always say this, but you can't be a fraud trying to sell it hard. You can't be a fraud, like, at all. So, listen, I'm happy for Doechii. I want to know what you think about her project. I did a video earlier, but I don't know how many people it reached. If you make it to the end of this video, let me know how you feel about the project and the process. You know what I'm saying? Potent pondering. Get in the comments. Let me know what you think about these new changes with Billboard. Let me know, you know, again, Cardi, we'll see what's going to happen with her, but I think she's going to suffer. The record label going to have to deliver a buffer. It's going to be for the summer. It's going to be tough for the summer. See, you watch Nicki too long, being picky too long, and what's happened? You're going to end up with a string in the thong. That's crazy. That's crazy. Just watching people. This is why, like, you got to be laser focused. What you doing is what you doing. You can't look to the left. You can't look to the right. You got to be focused on what you're doing, because watching another person and seeing, you know, there's a lot of people who do that, you know, but that's in their personality. They just like to watch because they don't know what to do. You know, you ever notice on YouTube, some people, like, they'll do reviews and then they'll wait for another person to do it and then they'll do the review and it's kind of like the same thing. Like, a lot of people move like that, and that's not fun to me. Like, use your own mind. You're smarter than what you think. Even to the copycats, you're smarter than what you think. And Cardi, she just got that, you know, the thing is that she lacks that organic love for this culture, and she got to force it. She got to do music videos, you know, videos up on Twitter singing Lil' Kim lyrics that she barely knows, because you can look at a person who know Lil' Kim lyrics and they sing it just freely and it's just whatever. She was singing a song the other day that you could tell she barely knew it. She just posted this so the Kim fans could support her, because, you know, Megan Thee Stallion, Megan Thee Stallion, Lotto, Cardi B, they're all in this ring and they share the same fans of, like, haters, like, to be honest with you and blatant. Listen, let me wrap this up. Subscribe to this channel, thumbs up the video, get in the comments nonetheless, and let me know what you think, and support the channel. The Cash App is in the description and also in the comments. I'm up out of here. Peace.